Hi, I decided to make this OBS tutorial for teachers, just in case it helps you with your classroom. So this is OBS Studio. I'm using the 64-bit. It's a free online software that helps you merge things together. So this side of the screen is what you're gonna see, and then this side of the screen is what you're recording. So right now, my screens are actually the same on my version of OBS, which is down here, but I'm doing a different version on my other screen, which was fun to learn anyways. So over here is a scene. This is my introduction scene. And so what I might do is I might add maybe a picture. So I'm going to add an image. And I might name this introduction because I can't name it the same as something else that's already on here, even if it's not in the same box. And here's my intro. Way too big. I made this using Canva, and that's a different tutorial for a different day. But all I'm going to do is I'm going to press transform, and I want this to fit to screen, so that way it actually is what I want to see. Now again, this is not what the students are seeing yet. I'll need to press transition to make it show up on this screen, and then I can start recording if I really wanted to. I don't really want to, but alright, so that's where I would start in, and then I want to have one where I teach, maybe. That sounds smart. So we're going to add a, let's see, we need two things. I like to add my face. So we're going to add a video capture device. I'll call it face. There's my webcam. Now this is my computer webcam and not the one that I'm using for this, which is why it's flipped around, and I'll show you how to fix that. But I just press OK, I don't need anything else. Now I can just sort of make this bigger or smaller. If I hold down the Alt key, I can crop this in a little bit because I don't really want them to see that there's an opening right here. And then I don't like that when I'm trying to fix my hair on the stream, it like confuses me that it's on the wrong side. And so what we do is we press transform again and we flip horizontal, and that'll make it so that way it's actually what I'm seeing, because my wall over here is to my right, the door over there is to the left. It all actually is correct. Now again, the thing that would show up in a recording is only on the right side. So this is just me setting things up, and then if I wanted to switch it, I would press transition. Alright, something else I need is my voice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an audio input capture, which I'm just going to call voice. And I'm going to use the same thing that is recording me because I don't want it to be off kilter. So I'm going to use the microphone. Beautiful. Now this doesn't show up yet, but if I press go, it should be over here in the audio mixer section. Perfect. And the reason it's not showing up here is because I didn't put the audio mixer into the introduction. I just put it into here. So it'll only show up when I'm doing that, because that's what the kids will see. This is what they'll hear. If I wanted to, I could add my voice into the introduction by pressing plus, audio input capture, and then I can add the existing voice file that's already there. So now it's in this one as well. So when I'm talking to the kids, it's here and it's also here. Pretty cool. Alright, and then I'd like to add my document camera, which is currently plugged in. And what you're going to see is my hand once I do that. But that's another video capture device. So I'm going to call it the doc cam. Now I'm using the AverVision that I just got from school. And same, I'm just going to keep everything the same. Oh no, you know what I just did is I put it onto the home screen, the introduction, instead of my face. So I'm actually going to switch these. And instead of just deleting it right away, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a video capture device that's already existing, so I don't need to do it again. And then I'll come back here and I'll just press delete. Oh, I deleted the wrong one. Now naturally OBS doesn't have a Control Z, so I'm going to re-add my image. Oh, no, it still exists. It's good. And then we transform fit to screen. Now, some cool parts that I can do is I can lock this, so that way it doesn't move around when I move other things around. and I can hide it. So if I have, on my actual thing, I have 3 different of these. I have one for each class that I teach, and I just hide the ones that I'm not going to be recording that in that session. That would have to keep deleting things and reintroducing them. Okay, so then here's my teaching slide. Now I don't like the way that this mouse is on my head. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it over here, and I can click and drag a box to make it bigger. I can make my document camera most of the picture, or I can do kind of halvesies, where maybe I don't want the whole thing being shown. So then again, I'm going to click and hold down Alt to chop it off a little bit. And then this one's already behind, so it doesn't really matter, but I could do the same thing to chop this one. So this is, the kids will see this slide. This is what's being recorded, is over here, is my face and the document camera. So I would have my my notepad or my whatever it is that I'm doing over here. I would be writing on it. I would be explaining what I'm doing, that kind of thing. Those are really the basics that you need. I also added a slide where I had the homework available on the actual video itself. So let's call it HW. And then I want to come over here and add an image of the homework. And again, I would just call it HW again, but I have to, it doesn't rename things even if it's in a different box. Now this one, notice that this doesn't have my voice on it. So I could add my voice if I wanted to explain something as part of this. So that'd be audio input capture, voice. And then maybe I also want to add my face back in. So I'm going to do the video capture device, add back face. This is why we name the things, so we can find them easier later. Now this one's also switched around, so I'm going to transform, flip horizontally, and maybe make it just a little bit bigger so that I can point at it. I find that if I'm starting to point at things and I'm flipped around, I'm pointing the wrong way and it gets all confusing. And so then I can transition one more time, and there's the homework. I don't know if this helps anybody, but it sure would have helped me a long time ago. So what you would do is you would start recording. Let's do a practice run. We would start with the intro, so we'd start recording and say, hey, welcome to Algebra 2 Big Ideas Math Lesson 9.4b. We're talking about amplitude and midline today. And then we would go over to our teaching screen and switch and say, you know, here's my notes, blah, blah, blah. And then we would say, all right, now it's your turn to try. Here's your homework. And then I would stop recording. Now that recording shows up in my videos. So that's right here. That's this video right here. This is the shorter one that I kind of practiced on earlier. And so that's a way to get it, and then you can upload it to Google Drive, you can upload it onto YouTube. There's way too many of my face right now. Let me go back to the introduction so I'm not looking at my face so much. You can do a lot of different things with this, so it's actually pretty cool. This is how I get little tutorials going and stuff like that. So if it helps, it helps. If it doesn't, I hope you have a great day anyways. Alright, I don't have like a Twitter or anything. Actually, I kind of do, but I don't use it. So maybe leave me a comment if you have any questions. I got you. Okay, bye!